So you want to find the fastest way to be able to move forward with your life and shift how you live in your whole reality and finally have the things that you want. People, places, and things. Be, do, and have. All right, well, here's the number one, very first step to do and find out what is blocking you from achieving this. And I challenge you. And challenges are supposed to be fun. You know, like I challenge you to a duel for fun, like tennis, playing tennis. It's basically kind of like a duel, just hitting the ball around. Anyway, do an inventory cleanup and check around in your life the things that you are consciously leaning into and putting your conscious awareness towards and putting all your conscious energy. Like, even if you look around your room or whatever there is in your current reality, I'm like looking around my room right now. Seeing like, all right, as long as you're looking around in your room and you're checking around on what's in your conscious reality of all the bits of information that's visible to you, start to decide like what things are you putting even negative thoughts towards, like, oh, I don't like that, I should move that, maybe I should clean this up. Where's the clutter in your life, right? Look at areas in your life of things that you don't need and get rid of them, especially the things that you don't need. And on top of that, not just where you're leaning into on things that no longer serve you, look around in your life and look at where else are you putting your attention, your conscious attention towards, the thoughts that you have about it, like the subconscious belief on why you still need an item or why you still need this friend who's not a very good friend, or maybe your partner isn't a very good partner, but your desire and desperate need for love keeps you in this like not healthy relationship for you, even though it may be like by the books healthy, it's maybe not fulfilling you in every aspect, because you get to have the whole loaf in this life, not just the breadcrumbs. And you got to lean in to find out where are the breadcrumbs that you are accepting. So look around in your life and start deciding like, hey, is this a breadcrumb or is there more I could get in life from this? Like, is there an upgraded, more evolved version? Right? And in order to do that, you have to start taking the steps and getting rid of the things that no longer in alignment with the version of you that you want to be. So start leaning in to finding out what you are leaning into. Start putting your conscious awareness to this so you can start decluttering your whole life. And then the second part of this is find out the areas that you're leaning out of. Because now that you have your conscious awareness to it, right? Or maybe there's other areas that you start to find out and figure out. It's like, if I want to start a business, what am I leaning out of that's stopping me from achieving that business or starting it? Maybe if I want to start making YouTube content, what am I leaning out of from stopping me to do that? Is it maybe just even hitting record, just starting and seeing what happens when you make one video? I mean, I'm like 270 something videos in now. I mean, I don't know, this one's probably like 60 something, but do you get what I'm saying? If you don't start, it's never going to happen. When I first started this journey, I was looking at this and I was like, man, I really did. I'm like 3 videos in. And when I got to 10, I'm like, holy crap, I'm actually doing it. Because I film a video a day, right? This is my challenge. And I've seen results just from my own personal growth from doing this, not just like the technical editing videos, getting a new mic. That's probably really loud that I touched that mic. Except just the growth that I've had in general from starting. If I did not start, I would not be where I'm at. So look at the things that you're fearing. Like, what was it at first that I was fearing? Imposter syndrome. Who am I to be talking about spirituality and law of attraction and human experience and aliens and blah? Like, there's so many other people doing that. In fact, I follow them and then I get a lot of information from them too. Right? And it's like, who am I to be doing that? Imposter syndrome. I'm not good enough. I'm unworthy. Worthiness wound kicking in. Like, through doing this, I've had to start looking at, even just beginning to start was like, I had to lean into finding out what I'm leaning out of, what's blocking me, what's stopping me. What am I afraid of? What am I fearing? Because I started to realize this whole experience is temporary, right? Like either you're gonna be done with your temporary experience with like everything that you had inside of you that you wanted to share with the world, your music, your light, like the beautiful product or service, business you wanted to create and help serve the world, while also getting a financial benefit while it serves you. Like you help others as you start to help yourself. And in return, if you give enough people what they want, you will get what you want. So start looking into what's stopping you and start looking at like where you're afraid to take action. And most importantly, like, if this is like a health thing, let's just say like a fitness journey. And I used to be a personal training director. I used to manage all the trainers and the sales teams, and I was head of sales. So did that for like 4 years of my life. And I was pretty good at it. And I loved helping people. And a part of this thing is like, and I bring this up, like, think about this. Like if you wanted to like start a health and fitness journey and like you're eating chocolate cake every night, right? And like, it tastes good, and it does. I don't eat chocolate cake. I mean, every now and then I will. Either way, the point is no, I don't. I actually don't. If my mom makes cakes, and if she ever does, I mean, I'll maybe have some, but enough about chocolate cake. Actually, we're going to be getting a little bit more deeper into chocolate cake. My apologies. Back to the chocolate cake. If you keep eating something that you know is not good for you, right? Like you do it and like it's tasty and delicious. You get that payout, that little a rush of sugar, and then like it doesn't feel good after. Like it doesn't make you feel good. So lean into why do you keep having that cake, knowing it's not making you feel good. Like what story are you telling yourself that it's okay to have this cake if you want to shift your body, your physical body? Like what story are you telling? Like, hey, it's okay. I had a good day today. I worked a lot. I deserve this piece of chocolate cake. Yeah, you actually might deserve it. You deserve a lot of things in life. Absolutely. You deserve to have the most happiest, fulfilling life. Believe me, full of love and butterflies and unicorns. Like you genuinely do. You got to ask yourself though, do you want to keep giving that to your body? Something that's not healthy for it? For your vessel that's already doing so much every single day that you don't even have to think about doing, but it's already doing it all your cells in your body and everything working together to, I mean, it's crazy the cellular process for how like energy is moved around in the body. Either way though, like it's doing all this work that you don't have to think about. Why give it more stuff to where it has to harbor things that aren't good for it? So find out what stories you're telling yourself on why you deserve it. And then, you don't feel very good after eating it, right? So maybe start leaning into like, hey, maybe it's time I get rid of this out of my life. Maybe I stop doing this, because if the things that are difficult to stop now are feeling heavy to stop, and it's weighing you down, it's actually adding weight to you, like literally weighing you down. If it's doing that, it's going to be heavy later. It's going to be heavier later. Like the things in your life that stop you from taking action, if they feel heavy and like the imposter syndrome starting, or I'm too afraid to start, or what are people going to think of me? If it feels heavy now, it's going to feel heavy later. So you might as well start dealing with stuff now. And like, physically, you keep eating chocolate cake, you may get a little heavier later. It's going to just keep taking more, work to get it off, or time. So I challenge you to lean into the areas in your life where you can start looking at like, do I really need this? Is this serving me? Is this taking me where I need to be, or is it stopping me at my tracks, or is it blocking me? And if so, why? What's the story I have around this? Where's my unworthiness wound coming from? Where is my need to be feeling satisfied from chocolate cake and sugar, that I'm missing it in my life, that I need it? And then start looking at leaning out from it, and start pushing yourself towards leaning into the areas that you're already currently leaning out of. Like you are too afraid. Start leaning into that fear and starting that video or YouTube channel. Start leaning into the fear, because real courage is feeling that fear and doing it anyway. And that's what's going to start moving you. And that's what will start moving you and stop you from eventually, stop you from not having the life that you want. So stop having that life and start going towards your new one. All right. So I challenge you. All right, what else did I have? And that's it. That's all, folks. All right. Have an alchemizing day. Namaste.